It's a Sunday morning, and you're peacefully sipping your coffee on your couch while watching football. And suddenly, out of nowhere, your wife starts screaming her lungs out. Turns out, it was just some nasty insect in the kitchen that ruined your morning. Insects and small animals are literally everywhere and anywhere. They can also be on your bed, feeding on your blood while you sleep. Some insects are so tiny, you probably won't even notice their presence. But the ones that are visible can become a pain because, let's face it, women and children don't usually appreciate this presence of gross little creatures. Let me tell you about insects that can literally live in your home so you can look out for them. But first, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and while you're at it, give this video a thumbs up. Let's get rolling. Bed bugs. These are the worst kind of insects that can live in your house because they feed on your blood. Bedbugs are usually found anywhere their host can be, but most of the time, these bugs live on our beds. Imagine going to bed and having some tiny nasty insect crawl all over you. I mean, you have openings to your body like nose, ears, and mouth. What if they get in? Moreover, bedbugs usually hide during the days in creaks and under the bed, so it's pretty hard to spot them and kill them. Even if bedbugs don't spread a disease, their bites usually leave red itchy spots, and they might give you sleepless nights because of the constant itching that you might end up feeling from their bites. And don't even get me started on waking up to a red rash body. No one wants that when they have an important meeting the very next day. Fleas. Do you own pets? How adorable are they, right? But if you own pets, then you probably have fleas in your home too, because almost every pet is infected by these nasty creatures. They can literally keep your pet so cranky and disturbed because of the constant itching. Fleas are basically pet lice, and they are extremely contagious because they can easily fly from one animal to another. There are many treatments for this gross infection, but because it's so contagious, it's almost impossible to get rid of them completely. A female flea can lay up to 50 eggs per day, so imagine the amount of insects your pet can have in just a few days. Since fleas basically feed on animal blood, it is very likely that you can get bit by a flea and get diseases or any infections that your pet might have. Pharaoh Ant. This extremely annoying pest is most probably already in your house. The origins of these ants are still unknown, but they can somehow be found almost everywhere. From hospitals to workplaces to homes, they have properties all around the world. These ants are specially known for their brown and sometimes almost invisible color. They are extremely clingy too, because once they have the taste of your house, they're probably never leaving. Many people get pesticides sprayed all across their homes on a weekly basis, but these blood-sucking ants just don't leave. Pharaoh ants might gather around places where you cook in search of crumbs. They would definitely bundle up if you drop something sweet or sugary while cooking. So make sure you clean up instantly after you're done, because you don't want your kitchen lined up with these biting ants. Cockroaches. I can already hear the screams and adrenaline rushes at the sight of these creatures. Oh, and Lord have mercy on us if we spot one of these creatures with a pair of wings. Cockroaches are seen in almost every household because they usually come from drains and stick around. From bathrooms to kitchens, these insects don't spare any drain that might have enough space to let them out. Cockroaches usually live in places with active water sources, so if your bathroom has a leakage, make sure you fix it if you want to get rid of them. Cockroaches usually feed on ants and other smaller insects that might be lurking around in your house. But look at the irony here. Once the cockroach is dead, those same ants and insects feed on the dead cockroach. House centipede. My heart skips a beat every time I see one of these in my house. Centipedes usually vary in sizes, and they can grow as big as 30 centimeters in length, and that's quite big for a creature with so many legs. These huge centipedes are, however, mostly found in jungles and forests, but if you by any chance live in tropical areas, well, they can invade your place unwantedly. Centipedes in the Desi society are known as an insect that goes in your ear, and I guess Desi people are not wrong here. Imagine sleeping in your room with a centipede somewhere around, and there's a high chance that this creature might get inside your ear and go all the way up to your brain. Centipedes usually are venomous, so they can easily bite their prey and paralyze them. This makes it easier for them to feed on their prey. Ugh. Lice. The most common and embarrassing pest to exist is none other than lice. Almost everyone has had them once in their lifetime. These tiny creatures live in human hair and feed on their blood. Once you get them, it's almost impossible to get rid of them because this creature evolves and has so many breeds. For once, you might be able to get rid of regular hair lice, but once you get the super lice, you'll never get rid of it through professional treatments. Super lice is another breed of this species, and the most annoying fact about it is that it keeps coming back. You simply can't get rid of it completely because an adult lice can lay up to 6 eggs per day. Dengue. This creature is just as dangerous as its name. The amazing fact about dengue is that it lays its eggs in clean water. This mosquito is dangerous because it is infectious. Dengue is a disease that is very common and thousands of people get infected by it every year. It causes severe fever and weight loss and can make you extremely weak. Your body might not be able to digest food and you might end up vomiting whatever you eat. Dengue usually gets more active in cold weathers and ends up infecting many people in a wave. It usually results in an epidemic, and due to it, many people don't get their required treatment because of flooding hospitals. Make sure you spray your house every day and don't leave stagnant water because you don't want to spend your winter vacations on a bed. Pantry moths. One creature that every mother is sick and tired of is a pantry moth. Getting rid of pantry moths is a work of art only true cleaners know. You need to be very specific and aware of the way you keep things and the way that you do your weekly pantry cleaning. One way you can avoid getting moths is to store your dry powders like flour, oatmeal, and baking mixes in your freezer. Don't worry, they won't go bad. You can also store everything in airtight jars and clean your pantry every now and then because an adult moth can live up to 2 weeks without food. Termites. How many dollars have you wasted on furniture and doors and other wooden household things because of these disgusting insects? Termites have been feeding on wood forever, and every year they cause a loss of billions. Termites are way too contagious. If one of your drawers has them, then just know that in no time, all of your cupboard will be eaten and rotten. I don't get why they don't get full. I mean, how much appetite can insects that tiny have, right? There are organizations and people working to fight termites in homes, offices, and big setups because problems like these obviously need a permanent solution. Termites are like cancers, to be honest. They spread and spread until they succeed in ruining the woodcraft altogether. Here's a mind-blowing fact. The total weight of all the termites in the world is greater than the total weight of all the humans. Let that sink in. Harvestmen. Ready to get chills all over your body? Because Harvestmen is here. This spider species has a globular body with surprisingly thin and long legs. They are usually found in trees and plants, and most of us have plants as decorations at our homes. It is very likely that you have some of these roaming around your lawn or passage. Harvestmen spiders are not all evil, by the way, because they eat other harmful pests and insects. They also feed on dead or decaying plants and animals, and therefore get rid of plants that are obviously dead, making your garden area look greener because most of the unwanted plants are already gone in the Harvestman's stomach. So now you know the potential places in your houses that might have tiny nasty creatures. Make sure you look out for them and let us know in the comments below if this video was helpful. And how many times do I have to ask before you finally like and subscribe? Do it already!